Hello, I hope you're all well. Today we're going to look at another group that settled in Scotland and made a tremendous contribution to Scottish society. Please take a moment to pause this video and note down or type up your heading for today, which you can see on the screen. The heading is the Kindertransport. I would like you to look at this slide and consider one thing that you see when you look at it, one thing you think when you look at it, and one thing you wonder when you look at this image. Pause the video, please, and take about 20 seconds to think that through. Now, if I was looking at this image and wasn't aware of what it represented, the type of thing I would have been noting down is I see what looks like a sculpture. I think it's a sculpture of children. And I might wonder, who are those children? So these may be some of the ideas that you came up with. Now what you can see in front of you is a photograph of a memorial that's in place to commemorate the children who arrived in Britain as part of what we refer to as the Kindertransport. And this memorial is situated in Liverpool Station in London. Now the reason this is relevant is because our focus today is on the many Jewish children who arrived in Scotland throughout 1939. Our learning intention is that we will learn to explain why Jewish children had to leave their homelands during the Second World War. And by the end of this lesson, you'll know you're successful if you can, first of all, state what the Kindertransport was, explain 3 reasons why Jewish children were forced to leave their homelands, and evaluate the most important reason. And ideally, in a classroom setting, we would be working together to read historical sources, but you're going to do that yourself today. We've provided those sources for you, so you'll be able to work with them yourself. You're not going to miss out on that opportunity. So that's our learning intention, and that's the success criteria. So please come back to the success criteria at the end of the lesson and look through it and tick off and say, yep, I can do that, and you'll know yourself if you've been successful. Your first task today is to watch a short 9-minute clip on the life of Sir Nicholas Winton, who was responsible for the Kindertransport in Czechoslovakia before the Second World War began in 1939. Now, while you're watching this clip, you're going to fill in the questions on the question sheet. And if you go back to the assignment, you'll see that the question sheet is actually attached. So you'll open that up, have the questions in front of you, watch the film, and note down the answers to those questions. Okay, so that'll be task 1 today. And as you go through this, you'll find out more about the Kindertransport. Now, what you really need to bear in mind is that what is happening here is in the context of serious widespread violence against Jewish people in 1938. So from 1938, if we're looking particularly from November the 9th, 1938 onwards, there was escalating violence. This it continued through the 1930s, and the UK had accepted 10,000 child refugees by December 1938. But it was really in 1939 that a lot of these Jewish children started to arrive throughout the year to Scotland, and you're going to be finding out more about their experience. You'll hear the word refugee mentioned at times, and when we speak about a refugee, we're speaking about a person who's been forced to leave their country in order to escape war, persecution, or natural disaster. And again, I've just mentioned the word persecution there. If we're talking about someone being persecuted, we're talking about them facing hostility or ill treatment because of their race, political beliefs, or their religious beliefs as well. So bear that in mind when you hear those words, refugee and persecution. Please pause the video now, open the question sheet, watch the short 9-minute clip, and complete this task. Well done for completing task 1. I hope you got all of the information that you needed, and we'll look forward to seeing how you got on. Task 2 today is working with sources. And the focus is explaining why Jewish children were forced to leave their homelands. Now, your first task is to write this heading in your jotter. Write it on a new page for me, please, and then split your page into 4 sections. Now, in section 1, I would like you to write source 1. In the section next to that, if you write source 2, and then jump down to the section at the bottom left-hand corner and write source 3, and then down to the section in the bottom right-hand corner and write source 4. Please pause the video just now while you do that. Now you've split your page into 4 sections and you have those headings. You will see that there are 4 sources attached to the assignment, and it's important that you read them through. Each source gives a reason why Jewish children had to leave their homeland. You will get that information, you will read through it, and you are going to give the reason. You are going to write down the reason that's given in each source in the relevant box in your jotter. So please open up those sources now and complete this task. Well done in completing task 2. We're now moving on to ask you to evaluate what the most important reason was for explaining why Jewish children had to leave their homes. So you're going to answer this question, and we've told you how you can open this sentence. It says, your sentence could begin, the most important reason Jewish children had to leave their homelands was, and then provide a reason there, because, and explain why that is the most important reason. Please pause the video and complete that task for me. Now, if you've got any time left during the double period today, you will move on to watch a documentary for us, and this will help you prepare for the next lesson. While you're watching this documentary, take notes on the experiences of some of the children who came to Britain on the Kindertransport scheme. If you click the link, which is underlined in blue, which is attached to this this assignment, I will put it in the post for you. You will be able to go directly to the documentary. I apologise, I put that link in here forgetting that you can actually click on this MP4 file. So I'll make sure that we go back and we add it in to the actual assignment post itself. Thank you so much for your hard work today. I hope you're all well. Take care of yourself. Thank you.